19 things that I wish someone told me back then, 11 years ago when I was broke. Hello, welcome back to Women Entrepreneur, and a woman that we're highlighting today is Sarah Blakely. Sarah Blakely was an entrepreneur that many people did not believe in. She came up at a time when women's underwear was a problem.
She read the book! She read the book!
It was too tight. It was really not functioning well for the community of women. And when Sarah Blakely came on the scene, she had no fashion experience. She did not know anything about that industry, but she went and she gained those skills. And after gaining those skills, she innovated Spanx. I know you've all heard of it. If you haven't, look out for Sarah Blakely. She's a woman of inspiration that you really need to get to know. So today we're going to dive into the 19 things that I wish I knew back then when I was broke. Let's get into it. Number 1, stop complaining about being broke. Your mindset really matters. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. So every time you say, I'm broke, I can't do this, will I ever do this? You are creating a reality. Instead, say, I am on my way to making money. One day I'm going to be great. Those are the things that you need to keep. Keep your mind positive and not negative. Number 2, audit your life. Sit down and look at where your money is going, where your time is going, where your energy is going. Is it being misused in friends? Is your time being put into relationships that are meaningless? Audit your life and be honest about it.
Be honest.
And once you can see where your money is getting lost into, then you can begin to take bold steps to reclaim your finances. Number 3, stop trying to impress other people. 11 years ago, that was all I was about. Trying to fit in, trying to look good, trying to look rich. But now I realize that was the wrong path to take. And that's why I'm telling you today, that's a dead end. If you want to be successful, that's the one thing you must never try to do. Focus on yourself and improving yourself as you go along the journey, and the rest will follow suit. Number 4, find a skill you can sell.
I got skills.
It doesn't matter. It could be cooking, it could be baking, it could be tailoring, whatever. Learn a skill, something that you're passionate about that you can make money off of. Even if it's babysitting, even if it's cutting grass, there is always something that can help you to raise that initial capital. Don't be ashamed to start your journey. Start. Number 5, learn to live on less. If you've been living on 1,000, try to cut it down to 600. If your net income is 1,000 and you spend all the 1,000, then you have nothing left. And there's no difference between you and a poor person. You are actually poor. But if you get 1,000 and you try to live on 600, then you can save the remaining 400 for investments and for other things. So cut down on your spending. You can always cut down. It's okay to be uncomfortable for a season as you wait for a good time. So you can sacrifice today for tomorrow's happiness, or you can sacrifice tomorrow's happiness for a little pleasure today. Number 6, start a side hustle. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to start. And as you've started along the way, the skills are going to be honed in and perfected with the practice that you're doing. You need something that's bringing in a little income, and it doesn't matter whether it doesn't suit your professional caliber or not. At this point, it's about raising an amount of money saved up for you to begin something of your own. Number 7, track every penny. I'm talking micromanage. Look at where the money is entering. Are you spending it on groceries? Are you spending it on friends? Are you spending it on food items? Are you spending it on transportation costs? Track every penny. Have a financial planner, and if you can't get that, have a book where you write down the money that comes in and the money that goes out, so that you are aware of exactly where your money is going. This is going to be the start of you having some accountability for yourself, being accountable to yourself for where that money is going, and in the long run, it's going to make you way better. Number 8, stop borrowing for luxuries. Luxuries can wait. Right now, your future is at stake and you're trying to get to the wealth that you need to get to. Luxuries will always come and they'll always go. And every single day, there'll be a new luxury for you to spend on. So instead of wasting everything that you have saved up on a luxury, save that money. Number 9, learn financial literacy. There are books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad that have made me more aware of finances than everything I learned during my education. And so in school, some of these things are ignored, but you can get books that can help you. You need to be financially literate if you are going to be rich, if you're going to make the money. So start today, get a book. Get someone that can teach you about finances, about accounting, about how to measure and balance your income. Number 10, surround yourself with the right people. If you surround yourself with superficial people that are just looking at things that are petty and vain, then in the same way, you'll tend to behave that way, compromising your goals and your dreams. But if you surround yourself with people that are highly motivated, with people that are running this race consistently, people that you can be accountable to, people that will hold you accountable to the goals and the promises that you made to yourself, then you can get on track to making a better life for yourself. The people you surround yourself with matter. They can motivate you or demotivate you. Number 11, invest in yourself. Back then, when I was in this journey, I bought a bunch of courses and I studied up. I improved my skills in communication. I improved my skills in content creation. I had to learn a bunch of things that were not even in my caliber as Dr. Lisa. But I learned videography, I learned video editing skills. I had to learn all these things to help me to build the company that's Lila Haven, which is a mental wellness platform that's online, that is there to help those that need the therapy to access it at any time, anywhere. And I did this with the help of the skills that I had learned. Of course, I had help from my team, but if you do not know anything about it, then you can't instruct them well. So I had to get the skills to help my team to build this company to where it is today. So invest in yourself. It is a worthwhile investment to invest in yourself, because your brain will not be taken away from you, but all the other things around, they can be moved, they can be taken away. Number 12, focus on solving problems and not on complaining about them. We live in a world where people take the time to complain and whine about what's not going right. But if you want to be successful, then you must be different. You must be focusing on solving problems and not complaining about them. Number 13, learn sales and negotiation skills. This one is something that you cannot do without. Irrespective of what business you're in or what market you want to go into, you need to learn a bit of sales and negotiation, because in order to get money coming in, you have to bargain, you have to negotiate with someone an amount that is fair for you. So learn to communicate in the business language, and that is sales and negotiation. You need this. Number 14, wake up early. Honestly, waking up at 5 a.m. keeps you productive, because then you have more time for yourself. You have more time to meditate and focus on the things that you want to achieve. And when you start the day early, you are on track for better productivity. So even if you're not used to it, you can start in increments. If you were waking up at 7, you can say, now let me wake up at 6:30. And if it was 6:30, then say, now let me wake up at 6. And if it was 6, then let me wake up at 5:30 and then 5. So you can do it slowly and incrementally. It doesn't have to be one full-blown, change, but it can be gradual. Number 15, read daily. Reading 10 pages per day is going to increase your wisdom and your knowledge, your insight, and this is going to make you better and more skilled at the things that you're trying to do, at the business that you're trying to run. And reading makes your brain smarter and sharper and improves your communication. So endeavor to take the time to read just 10 pages every day. Number 16, master one thing first. Don't spread yourself too thin. I know sometimes you feel like you need to learn all these things. There's so many things that you're behind on, but focus, learn one thing, set a timeline and say, in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be learning coding or tailoring or whatever it is. Finish that, and when I'm done with that, the next 2 weeks after that will be for something else, maybe branding, maybe how to grow my YouTube. So if you begin slowly knocking off one item, before you know it, you'll have achieved everything. But if you spread yourself too thin, you're not going to be effective at and you will have started so many things and finishing will become a problem for you. So do one thing and do it well. There's a famous saying that says that a jack of all trades is the master of none. So don't be jack of all trades. Number 17, create a budget and stick to it. The stick to it part is very important because oftentimes people create budgets like off the top of their heads, but sticking to it requires discipline, it requires character, it requires focus on achieving the goals that you have set out to. So after creating that budget, hone in your character of discipline and stick to the budget. I know that there may be emergencies, but you can set an emergency fund in the budget. And if something goes beyond that fund, it's okay to say, I don't have money for that particular thing at the moment, but wait next month when I get money for that particular thing. You'll be surprised at how understanding people are if you communicate clearly and assertively. Number 18, celebrate small wins. Waiting for the day you make a ton of money is hard and it can be distressing. But while you wait and work on getting to that place, celebrate the small wins. Celebrate the achievement of learning something new, meeting someone new. Celebrate yourself for going on this journey of disciplining yourself and changing your life. It is so important to be self-compassionate and love yourself, because who else is going to love you? Nobody can love you more than you love yourself. And that is the most important thing, is to love, value, and treasure yourself, because only then can you give love and value to someone else in its purest form. Number 19, never stop learning. And if you've made it this far in the video, I congratulate you for taking the time to learn some of these things. And if you like this content, like and subscribe so that you can gain access to more valuable insights that I will be sharing along this journey. Until next time, bye-bye.